How are we doing, y'all? My name is PiersDaBeard, and this is the MadWorld Podcast. I'm here with my co-host,
Brooke.
You remembered to talk into the mic this time. And before we get started, I just want to say this is going to be our 11th episode, and I just want to say we really appreciate all the support and the love that you guys have given for this project. It has been growing faster than we expected, and more people coming in. We're giving a lot of opportunities for people that want to get seen, and we're providing that with this platform, and it is really all possible because of the support you guys are giving. So I just wanted to say that first and foremost. But
and if you guys have an art form that you're trying to get out there or your own personal style, don't be afraid to hit us up at MadWorld. We're looking to get more guests on, so don't be afraid to reach out.
Absolutely. And this week we have another amazing guest. We have key parts of the team over for the people over at Green Bay Fear. So we got over on the end, we got Smurf, and then we got Kyle, and we got Bones. Welcome in, guys.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Hi.
Absolutely. So I know it's it's a little bit out of the season right now when it comes for haunted houses, but why don't we give a little bit of a backstory about what you guys do, about your business, what drives you guys to continue doing what you're doing, and just for the people that don't know who you guys are.
All right, I guess I'll start off. I'm Bones. I'm the operations manager over there. I just kind of pretty much have to make sure everything's all in check as the night's going on throughout the season and whatnot. It's really kind of hectic. There's not a lot of downtime that I get throughout the night. I'm getting calls all the time, just all sorts of stuff going on.
When's the busy season start for you and kind of end for you, where you get some space?
Yeah, I guess right at the end of season, so like 2 weeks in November usually, and that's about it. And then we kind of go back to doing everything and doing more building and stuff.
How do you? I guess kind of in line with the same thing. How do you go about planning everything during the off season? Like, is it something you can kind of procrastinate on because you already have a formula in place, or are you like months and months prior? Like,
I'll let you answer that one.
Yeah, I can answer that. Also, I'm the creative director. So basically, how we work is right now we're on like a 5-year plan.
Okay.
So what was that? 2022.
Sounds
2022
right.
We decided, we figured out and wrote what we were going to do for the next 5 years.
Okay.
In terms of story and the characters we're going to use. And then it's basically going through as we walk through the show about what works that current season. And then we go, this sucks, or this thing has been here for too long. What's something we haven't seen before?
Okay.
And then just kind of going that route. Or sometimes it's just, with you just decided that you wanted a mythical beast in the middle of the haunt, and
Yes,
what's up. That sounds dope.
so
sometimes it's just this would be fun for the night, and we do shenanigans, and it ends up sticking for years and years.
So what's your role, Smurf?
I am the casting director. I also do scenic design and costuming. So any of the characters that our volunteers come in, and I fit them based on their personality, their skill set, like where I think they're going to fit best.
I'll have questions for you for sure.
All right.
Let's step back a little bit. I'm curious. You guys run a pretty good operation there. How many people go into an event like that? Like a full-blown weekend of just terror. Like, how many people are you trying to keep track of?
In terms of management, or
like scarers, management, all of that. Like, how many people go into making an event, Green Bay Fears event?
Between 50 and 100, depending on the.
Yeah, bare bones staff is about 50 between our actors and all of our staff members,
That's
our
bare
ticket
bones.
takers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And ideally we have about 120 different positions, but that's stacked to the teeth, like every corner full of a person. So
Do you have like some volunteers in those numbers when you get that high up, or is it everybody on staff working?
all staff are volunteers.
Okay, good to know.
Like any haunt will tell you, like, whatever the number is you like have, like your highest, like if we had every position filled at 120, we would love to have 300 actors. Like every haunt was like, there's no such thing as too many actors or staff. Like you're always looking for more and more and more.
Okay.
It's more opportunity with more people. I mean, the more things you can do, more creative.
Yeah. That's like in our off-season events when we're able to like kind of condense into 2 of the attractions versus all 3 of them. Like that's one of the reasons why they work so well is we're taking the staff of 3 attractions, condensing it into 2, so it's just a complete assault of the senses and stuff.
I actually did a haunted house for one night in my life. I was a worker, I went there with a buddy, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" I'm like, "I'm just kind of hanging out because my buddy's working." They're like, "You wanna hop in?" And I was like, "Yeah, what do you want me to do?" He's like, "You want to be a doctor? Throw on the bloody coat and just have your own little operation room and scare people." And like the crazy part to me was just getting into the character and like believing to make sure they're actually scared, not just like kind of whatever, like genuinely being like, I'm gonna go crazy a little tonight. Like you got to tap into that a little. And I was like, man, how do you go home after doing this for like a week straight of like, I have been a maniac all week long and just convincing myself I'm this person. It's wild, man. So I think it's pretty awesome that you guys use that as a way to, use as an artistic expression. And it's pretty awesome, man.
I believe you guys have something called icons.
Yes.
Could you explain a little bit what an icon is, and then could you explain the process of selecting your icons?
Well,
You want me to take that or you want to take it?
Well, typically we have 1 icon a year.
Yeah.
And the character itself is written by Kyle.
Okay.
And he kind of gives me an idea of like what backstory is and their body type and all of that. And then I suggest a couple of our veteran volunteers for him to talk to and basically audition for the part.
What I guess maybe this is a semantics thing. What would you define as a veteran? Like just someone who's done it like a couple years and you trust them to like actually put in the effort, or like they have like an actual resume of like I've done this.
No, a lot of times like what we like last year's icon was a gentleman named Caden who's a phenomenal actor, like super talented and versatile. And it was it's basically like when we're talking like veteran is someone who's like has been doing this for a long time. So they understand what it kind of takes to just your basic normal, because acting throughout a season, because you're doing the same thing 10,000 times a night.
Sure, yeah.
So it's like being able to be cool with the repetitiveness of it, and like also understanding like the nights are long. It kind of sucks sometimes. Doesn't matter if you're sick or tired. Customers still paid to be here. They deserve a show, and the customer doesn't give a shit if you're tired. They paid for an experience.
Yeah.
So it's on those things. It's based on also like who's cool to work with. Like especially for me, like with an icon, where like I spend 10, 11 months working with these people individually on the character. So it's I want it to be someone that I'm going to get along with and be able to spend long amounts of time with, just talking about the same thing over and over again and running rehearsals. Like Bones has been an icon before. It's just cool that we're friends, but he can tell you that sometimes those nights get real long when it's 4 a.m. and you're sweating and it's like, all right, we got to do take 60 of this one promo for a shot I'm going to use. And it's going to be like 5 frames of that shot.
Right.
So like, it is a lot of work that goes into being an icon character.
What was the character you did?
Charles Fierstein. Charles Fierstein.
Charles Fierstein. What was that backstory?
Oh boy, it's been a while since I've went over that one, but
you don't remember it?
Whole
That's old lore,
see what
Bones.
you
Come on.
Fuck, I almost want to turn it off to you because you go crazy on it.
No.
All right,
Okay.
okay.
See what you remember.
Well, he's the overall cult leader that started the Legion of Shadows that operate there at Green Bay Fear.
Okay.
That's kind of our different versus monsters that we have out there. He did a whole big backstory, large backstory. Long story short, big old cult leader. He raised the entity of fear and brought forth all these other icons and have them taking care of the grounds while I'm off trying to gain more power and hanging out with the entity of fear.
That's super cool. I will have to get the detailed version at some point.
It's pretty long
Missed
at
a
this
bunch of
point. There's
information.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's why I said you might as well do it at that point. It's we're already years into it now.
Right.
Why don't we go into it a little bit more? So like when it comes to you creating a character like that and creating a backstory that goes that in depth as that character, where do you start and like what really what do you use as inspiration to create those characters?
All right, so in full fairness, like the character Charles Fearstein wasn't mine.
Okay.
It had already existed before I came to Green Bay Fear. But, and this isn't to go poo-poo on anyone who's been there before, but the character really wasn't developed other than a name.
Okay.
And that kind of made me mad.
It's a good name.
Like it is, it's a great name, but
Yeah.
like there's like everyone was like Charles. All right, who's Charles? Where is he? There was never a Charles on site, and so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna rewrite Charles and make him what I think this character should be, because like in reality, like Green Bay Fear doesn't make sense in a theming point. You have like a midway with a carnival, then a haunted woods, and then a mansion that has like steampunk aesthetic laboratory, and then half of a Victorian manor. So like that didn't make any damn sense. It looked great. It was great, but I was like, okay, like so we need to come up with something that's going to connect all of these things. And the idea was that Charles was a like super into the esoteric magic and gaining power and all that stuff. And he was like he allegedly murdered his parents to gain their wealth in the 30s or in the 40s.
Okay.
So he spent all of his life just kind of traveling the world, gathering all the information he could, was constantly looking into like any form of the occult. Didn't matter which one it was, all gods, all denominations of it, and just basically found the idea that there was this place called the Void, which is essentially like a mirror realm of Earth,
Okay.
but it's like evil, like I don't know, you know, stereotypical shit. But inside the Void, there was a character called a Duru, which is an ancient entity for fear.
Okay.
So Charles spent 19 years working on a ritual to summon fear to Earth, and then it worked.
Some Lovecraftian shit.
Yeah. Just like I really just wanted to see how far I could take the envelope in explaining why all this stuff was here, and how that comes into like Shawano Manor, which is his property, is the Legion of Shadows, which is his death cult that follows his every whim. And he basically the whole time he was going around trying to figure out all the information about all the evil. He was collecting all these people throughout the country and in the world, and just kind of like, here, come here, and just slowly corrupting everyone. So you missed a bunch of
I
information.
told you it's a long story, man. It's pretty strenuous. All right.
And that's just one that you've created for 1 year, and you've created multiples of these characters with that in depth of backstories also.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Like you're genuinely like a director. Like when you're talking about how you work with the actors and stuff, like it makes me think about how a director is working with a star role in a movie. You know, it's taking months, it's taking rehearsals, it's taking that understanding of what their backstory is to actually fully portray the emotion and the feeling that you want them to give off while they're becoming their icon that year. Like,
Yeah, pretty much. And like a lot of times how it starts is like I'll have an idea, and then I'll kind of work on the idea for a little bit, and then I'll go to Smurf and I'll be like, here's this character name, what do you think? And then she'll be like, this is either good or it sucks. And then it's like, okay, cool. All right, I like this part though, so I'm going to keep that. And then it's going to Bones and saying the same thing and trying to, you know, start to get the bare bones of the structure of like what I want to tell. It's either that or it's like, here guys, here's 15 pages of a story that I sent you at 2 a.m. I know we closed 3 nights ago, but if I don't get approval on this right now, I'm going to move forward anyways.
Grinding.
And then there's a lot of yelling.
No days off. No days
A lot
off.
No, I
days
don't. I
off.
don't take days off.
From the sounds of it, you guys do really your research for the icon. Have you? I mean, I'm assuming this question will pander mostly to like the other workers. Have you guys ever had like an actor or a performer just kind of go rogue from what they were maybe supposed to be doing to try and just get a scare no matter what? I'm assuming it happens often.
Every night we're open. I give them simple instructions, baseline character, and like it can happen in both positive and negative ways.
Sure.
So like not to talk bad on any of my kids. I love them dearly. But yeah, sometimes like you give them some simple instructions, put them in a costume. They're this character. You figure, oh, they're probably going to do this, and they come straight out of left field. And like sometimes you're like, I don't really know what you're doing. And then other times they'll be like a brand new kid, and you're like, holy shit, dude! Like, where are you coming with this stuff? Like,
Right.
we have a couple who are like they're the quietest, sweetest little kids, and that like they come and they're just screaming at the top of their lungs and crawling around on the floor like Reagan, and like it's craziness. So like it happens both ways and pretty much constantly.
They've just been waiting their whole life for that moment.
They really have. They
Yeah.
really have.
I remember that one night I was like, this is a little cathartic, a little.
It's free therapy for poor people.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'd rather do it instead of get paid. I'd rather do it.
I mean, like everybody likes doing little jump scares in their personal life, jumping out from a doorway or whatever. Like this is that for 4 hours for a month and a half straight.
What would you guys say is your personal favorite like scare tactic? Do you have one that you guys like get scared by easiest, or like that you realized you can do really well to other people?
I'm a sneaky, creepy little
Sneaky?
thing. Yes.
Okay.
I like sneaking up on people.
All right.
I'm very soft-footed, so I can get pretty close to people before they realize I'm there.
And with a name like Smurf, like it works. You're
Yeah.
short, you're quiet, you get
Little.
in there.
Bones, you talk.
Okay. I'm here. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's hard to say like a favorite. I guess I just enjoy trying to get a good scare in there, entertain them while they're around me, and then try to startle and scare them, as they're wandering away from me or I'm running away from them.
Bones' exit walk is so smooth.
It's pretty
like
spectacular.
gliding.
He does. He
It's
glides
insane.
when he moves. It's crazy.
You'd think I was a ghost.
For me, like I don't know, because I try to play like different characters every year, even though I have like repeats or whatever. But I guess a lot of it's just using like my body size, because I'm like a tall, gangly dude, and like I have a natural limp, so just being imposing. But I can also move. I don't know, man. It depends. Like I also play a character called Stabby Wiener Man, so like do with that what you will. Like I'll just do, like last year there was the pumpkin, the little trick or treater that I played. His name was Boo, and he was just in a pumpkin onesie that was covered in poop and blood. And
It was chocolate.
no,
Yeah.
it was chocolate. And like basically the idea was like, what if a 10-year-old just kept growing in size but never actually changed his mentality, and just
Right.
like every day was Halloween for him. Yeah, I know, right?
I heard you can get a presidency that way, but that's just a different topic.
Damn.
You guys have been doing this for a while now. I believe 15 plus years is what I heard. Yeah.
We're on our
not necessarily
23rd
Green Bay
year.
Fear, but just in the industry in general.
I think I've been at it for 25.
Okay.
But that's technically it doesn't all count. I was born into it, so I was like 4 or 5 years old doing it. So
Why doesn't that count?
yeah, I didn't know what I was doing.
Be proud
I
of
was just
yourself.
being a
You've been
weird
doing
little
it for a
kid,
while. Hey,
just being strange.
Training.
Yeah.
Young training, man.
What about you two?
At Fear or just in general?
Just in general, how long have you been working in the horror performance business?
I ran my first haunted house when I was 9, and how old am I?
32.
32, whatever that.
I gotta
difference
check
is.
too. I'm at 33, so I feel
No, I
like
feel
No
you.
idea.
I feel you there.
I
So
got to
that-
do math every time.
That's when I started.
Is that why you go call everyone your kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. What about you?
My first haunted house, I was 10. I did it with a 4-H, and I played Dracula's Bride. But with Green Bay Fear is the first haunt I've ever worked at, like at a professional level, and I've been there for a decade now.
Okay. So that means you guys got a lot of years in between you. Is there a scare that you got off that you just hold on to this day? Like if you're feeling bad about a night where you're like, oh, I don't think I scared anyone, you can think back, pull it out of the crypt, be like, man, that was a good one.
I have one from when I was like, I think I was 14.
Okay.
It's when I lived in Florida, and I scared a woman, and she just kept screaming, "You need Jesus." But like with the real conviction behind it, and like it still makes me happy.
she regretted going in.
Oh yeah, no,
you
she
can
was
tell.
like actually mad.
Yeah.
at like because I did a haunt for the state where they like contacted us and we put it together, and like my mom at the time was the like basically what Bones does is the operations person who kind of dealt with all the bullshit while I was just running around like an asshole. And like that lady was mad and like was yelling at my mom like I had personally like assaulted her, but I just scared her.
Do you run into like a good amount of people that like even though they're there, even though they've paid for it, like they are regretting the moment they're in there, and like you gotta kind of be like, you gotta keep going though. Like, they might want to stop, they might turn around, go out right there. How do you handle those situations and stuff?
We usually try to push them. Like, we train our people to kind of identify when people are truly like real freaked out and they need to nope out and be brought like through the back way to get all the way out of the haunt. We've had that happen a number of times, but usually we just keep pushing them until they drop.
That's what they pay for, though.
It is what they pay for.
It's what they want when they go there for that.
Yeah, and if they come out and they survived, like, you know, they get to the end and they get to be like the survivor of the horror film. Like, who doesn't want to have that feeling? And you know,
and you have to, because you have to push to that. Like, they're not going to get that feeling that you know that they're going to love when they get out if they don't go through each of these phases. And like,
yeah,
it is making you stronger. Like, it truly is. At the end of the day, you're getting scared and you're getting through it, and you're out at the other side. You're getting stronger.
As someone at a younger age who needed to be escorted out because I had a real fucking tough time. They did a claustrophobia wall.
Oh yeah,
and I wasn't expecting it. And it like I don't know what material they were using and how well they were actually like keeping that space as closed as it was. I swear to God, I was stuck there for like 10 minutes. Like, I could not move. I was 11 and like I was having a panic attack.
Felt like 10 minutes.
I have not gone back to us. Like, I'm sure they're fine. I have not gone back to a single haunted house since, because I am a chicken shit.
Yeah, I got you.
That.
Like,
I want to. It's on my bucket list because my wife loves that kind of shit. So like, I'm working on it. But oh my
Felt
God,
like 10 minutes. It was 30
claustrophobia
seconds.
halls are what get me too.
Yeah.
Like, we went down to Realm and I had to be rerouted out of their claustrophobia hallway because I cannot handle that. No, and it's bouncy castle material, by the way. It's the same thing as bouncy castles.
I thought that felt familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, they just blow it up real tight and shove you right through it. At least they stopped lubing them up though.
Yeah.
You can all be thankful for
It was
that.
easier to get through, though.
No, we still use lube on stuff.
Well, we do, yeah.
I guess explain a
I
little
would
bit
say
what you use it on.
please go into detail.
Let's go into a little more detail on that one. That brings questions.
In a room he built, we have these, like, you have to exit through like a severed body where the intestines are hanging down, and we'll lube the intestines up.
You have to touch it to get through it.
Oh, so
Okay.
is it on the clothes when you're done?
It might be. It might be on your face. It might be on your arm.
Depends on how fast you go through it.
Right.
Love it. So, like, I guess let's give some like backstory about Green Bay Fear in general. You said you were born into this profession, or born into Green Bay Fear specifically?
Yeah, into the haunted house industry anyway.
Okay.
My dad was one of the founding members of Terror on the Fox.
Sick.
So I started off there way back when, and then eventually I just decided I wanted to meander off and went over to Green Bay Fear probably, I don't know, I think Smurf was there for 10, then probably about 11 years ago.
What I guess what was when did Green Bay Fear start, and like what was the thing that got it started in the first place? Like, what's the backstory of Green Bay Fear?
That was 23 years ago. That was actually also one of the founding members of Terror on the Fox, called the Bad Boy Scenic Design.
Okay.
And he decided he wanted to start his own haunted house, kind of have fun with it, and it was kind of his like a little hangout space or whatever, and try to it was more of a fun haunt, I guess, at the time. And then when we took over, we kind of started making it more serious, more of a backstory, and making it more of a professional business, and we're having a great time doing it.
Hell yeah. When it comes to like getting the different like scenery that you guys are talking about, you're talking about the mansion, you're talking about like just a plethora of different areas that you're bringing in. Are they coming, like you're buying something and bringing it into the place, or building it specifically from that location to match the look that you're hoping for?
We build everything from
You
the
build
ground
everything?
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it usually starts with an idea, and then it turns into a doodle that changes over time, and then we try to figure out like, okay, how do we do this kind of effect? How do we like, because there's a million different products in the haunted house industry to like make different things, like fake all sorts of bodily fluids and like alien pods and all sorts of stuff like that. So yeah, it starts with a thought, a drawing, and then we go from there. So
Oh yeah, that's awesome that you guys don't like. You're not limited by what you can find. It's just okay. What do we need to create? What are we thinking this year? If you need to tear something down and build something, do you guys do that where you just this is done this time? We're tearing it down, and this is now going to be this.
Often, very often.
Yeah, it was
It's a lot of work.
When did we finish close up last year?
Yeah.
What was that, November 21st or
Yep.
something?
Yeah.
And then I think it was like a week and a half later, I was out there and I tore out 2 rooms from the main house, and I've been building in there.
Yep.
So it's just like every set has a lifespan. Like all of us want to always believe our, like whatever, you know, if it's a set Smurf built or I built or Bones or Juju or whoever, any of our other crew, we always want to believe all of our stuff's going to be there forever. But the reality is like maybe get a 5-year lifespan out of stuff before it starts becoming stale.
Yeah.
So like it's constantly changing, you know, whatever for whatever attraction, but it's always evolving. Even sometimes there's sets where it's like, this is really good, but we're going to change the pathway or the way the scare works in there. Or we put in a scare and thought it'd be really good, and then it's just like it's not hitting right. So it's like, okay, we're going to drop this and we got to try something different now.
That's art, though. I mean, same thing. Like, think
Yeah.
about like taggers and everything. Like, it's only going to be here for so long. Like, I love that I'm able to do this right now and create this for the time being, and then it's going to open up space for me to create more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. You say kids when you bring it on like the staff. What's the average age of scares that are coming in and working for you?
So most of our volunteers are in high school. And a lot of the volunteers that are adults started when they were about 13. Our age limit right now for starting volunteering is 15 and up.
Okay.
So, and we just recently changed that. But yeah, I would say typically it's going to be in between 15 and 20-ish for most of our volunteers. Then we have about a dozen or so actual adults.
Is there like a training? I know I'm sure there's training and stuff that you push them through, but like, do you only expect like a first year kid coming in? Like, you're only really going to be able to get to a point of a character, or like just in general of just in this profession, they're only going to get to a certain point, or are there kids that can just blow it right off the roof as soon as they come in and you're just like, wow, they got it.
Yeah, I mean, we get all skill levels, you know, so like a lot of the way that we get our volunteers is by word of mouth from our existing kids. Is they'll be like, hey, like you should come and do this with me for the night, or you know, so like it's people who are already existing, and it kind of runs a gambit for that. So it'll be like somebody where it's like, they're probably only going to be here for like a night or two, and only because their friend talked them into it, and it's not for them. And then there will be somebody who comes in and night one, they're just hitting hard. And so it does run that full spectrum.
Yeah, and it probably like you said, it will hit for some, and then it might be a night or two for others. But I bet you can tell like as soon as they start that you're like, yeah, this guy's sticking around for a while. You can tell he loves it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's got to be pretty cool. Are you guys in the house all the time, or is there like a viewing spot that you guys go to, like to be able to see each individual section? Like, how's that work out with you guys actually managing it while it's going on?
So I do regular walkthroughs throughout the night. So does the rest of our management. These guys try to actually walk through the show at least once per night to kind of check on everything. I sneak through back ways. Sometimes I'm in the security booth watching the security cameras.
Real sneaky.
Real sneaky. Yeah. Or like I'll walk backwards through the haunt and kind of just flit about between different corners just to try to check out and see what the kids are doing, kind of identify like what they're doing real well, what, you know, needs work, and kind of coach them on the fly is a lot of how like our training gets done. We do regular training over the summertime, but a lot of it is just like, hey, try this thing right now. And they do it for like 3 or 4 times.
How, as far as the whole training thing goes, how do you prepare especially the younger ones? I guess probably even the old ones too. How do you prepare them for hecklers?
I tell them that customers are assholes.
That's fair.
Because they are. Like, people are going to be a dick to you no matter what. Some people think it's fun or funny to come in and mess with haunted house actors. That's how they're having a fun time. And if that's what they want to do, fine, cool. I still got your money either way. So like,
right.
if that's how you want to act, like, now that doesn't mean like let them get out of pocket and do whatever they want. But if somebody wants to just say shitty things, like, whatever,
It's
just
gonna
let
happen.
them. And there's one of two ways to play with that. Either you just ignore them or you play back, which is my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Because like, if somebody's going to be sassy, I am full of sass.
Right.
But I mean, it kind of just comes with it, you know.
I would say that, like, also, like, a lot of times, like, when it comes to heckling, a lot more of that stuff I think happens in like the queue line space.
Mhm.
Okay.
So like that's where like I primarily am, and with like Skittles, which is one of our other actors, and a couple other guys, and basically we're all like like you just have to kind of be a professional improv person and just know how to dish it right back,
Right.
or be equally as stupid, or whatever the case may be. A lot of times it's like you'll have a group of 5 people and like one of them is being a pain in the ass. The other 4 are actually trying to have a good time. So what ends up happening a lot of those times is like you just make mercilessly fun of that one person. Just no remorse. And then everyone else in the group, everyone in the queue line will start making fun of that one person, and that normally like will stop the behavior if it's really bad. But it also, I mean, like, it's a give and take. Like, there's a power dynamic between the customer and the actor.
Yeah, it's called public shaming, I think.
Yeah.
It's very effective.
I was going to say that too, though. You probably have like a good experience with actually knowing how to handle those crowds. Like, you know that they're all in this type of a vibe. They're all waiting for this type of experience. If I treat them this specific way, they're all going to respond this way, because you kind of just have done it so many times. But it's pretty cool because like it is still improv, but you know how to do it well in that moment.
Yeah, and it's just staying with like being realistic about the way your character is too, while you're like how you interact. Like if someone's being a pain in the ass, like I'm not going to break character because I'm not going to ruin the illusion for the 600 people that are surrounding me because this one person's being an asshole.
Yeah.
But like I can deal with that same situation though in character. And a lot, like I would say majority of our customers are great. I think last year was like we only had like, or the year before that we had like one problem.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was kind of rough, and I remember the year before that being rough, but for the most part everyone's pretty cool. The power dynamic is like, yeah, the customer's going to shit talk. That's part of the gig. Like that's part of the experience they get, is they can tell a monster to go, do whatever, and you're like, all right, cool, I'm going to dish it back to you, and like everyone's having fun on it. It's like when they start getting to like where it's like, I don't know, actual harassment, where it's like, that's when, I get to do the lovely thing where I go, Kyle the Bones needs security, and then they get to deal with it, and it's no longer my problem anymore.
Hey.
And is that pretty prevalent that like you guys do have to have security step in like on a regular basis, you think, still, just because you got those assholes?
Every now and again, yeah. I mean, last year was we had quite a bit more than usual, and the year before that, I mean, like he said, we only had just one instance, and it's really just kind of give and take. Depends on how they are feeling that night, I guess. Yeah. Or how much we aggravate them.
Wasn't last year the time where the dude stole the skeleton? Or like, was that like, when did that happen? Didn't that?
He tried to steal it.
Like he took a
he
skeleton
tried to steal it.
from Oak Ridge or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
He
Yeah,
needed a
no,
buddy to
those-
walk through with. He needed a buddy.
He got scared. He needed somebody with him.
They be out of pocket sometimes.
So I guess I know it. You said a couple other haunted houses, and so I'm sure with you having a good list of actors, and they come back every year, do you have some that will unfortunately jump to other haunted houses, and like you kind of get this pool of actors going to different haunted houses, and you're like, oh, I know this one guy from here, I know this guy from here, he'll be good, he stayed at or worked at this one for so many years. Like, do you feel like there's a lot of people in that mix to pick from when it comes to actors, or you're always getting new people that are kind of starting and you're molding them from the beginning?
I'd say it's like a mix.
It's a good mix for sure.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, because like we've had actors that are like, hey, I want to go work at Terror, and we're like, cool, if that's what you want to do, we'll support you and all that stuff, and like here's a reference, and then their actor manager or whoever will send one of us a message, whoever it is, and like, yeah, this person's good, you should hire them. And vice versa, where like actors have left other haunts and come to us and be like, hey,
So there's a pretty decent community about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's no
Okay.
like there
Oh, yeah.
like we don't.
No mudslinging, no nothing like
No,
that.
no,
No.
no,
Alright.
not
Not
like
any
would you, you
serious
know?
mudslinging. No.
no. I mean, there's all. It's like haunt. Like one thing about haunts is you get a year's worth of drama in about 3 months.
Sure.
Like
Ducks.
what? Oh yeah, ducks. Looking at you, Realm. You will be frogged. But for the most part, like we're all friends. We all know each other. Like everyone knows at least one person at another haunt. Bones and I have both worked for different haunts before Fear. Both worked at Terror for a while. And like there's no bad blood. Like we're cool with everyone. We hope everyone's cool with us. We just try to be punk and do cool shit together. Like
It's conducive to the whole industry, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you guys want to be friends and you want people to say, yep, I went to this week, and then next week I'm going to go to this one. Like with your open mics and stuff, like it's good to have multiple open mics that all are like, yeah, go to this one on Tuesdays. We do
Yeah.
it on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Like instead of don't go to them. Cause then like, why would we ever take a negative route when it's not like it's 18 of them popping up in one city? Like you guys got to be able to be
Yeah.
cool with each other. And stuff.
Right.
So that's pretty awesome that you have that.
We make sure that our kids know that too, and also like if you're working queue lines, like a lot of times you'll have customers ask you like, "Hey, what do you think about this haunt?" We never talk shit publicly about like any other haunted house, and like we encourage all of our volunteers to like don't be talking even if you went and you had a bad time, like don't be talking smack, like because you wouldn't want somebody to be talking about us like that,
Right.
you know. So like we're trying to foster that community and that camaraderie because we're all doing the same thing just in different flavors.
yeah, I mean, I could go to any haunt and be like, I don't like this one thing, but then also like I don't want them to come to my haunt and do that
Right.
shit. Like, I don't want them to be like, hey, this thing that you spent 3 years writing and working on sucks. I'd be like, yeah, like I don't want that. So
Yeah, it just might not be your cup of tea for
yeah,
for
and
your
that's
taste at
fine.
that
Like
point.
there's like Realm, which I went through last year for the first time ever, and like Realm is a phenomenal attraction, but like I would never want to personally run Fear as interactive as they do. Like that's just not my thing. I don't. I like personally for my own brain and the way I design. Like that's not interesting to me. But clearly, the public really loves it. And when I went through, I did have a great time, and it was awesome. And so like, and that's fine. We're allowed to have different things. Like it'd be weird if all of us built the exact same shit
Yeah.
all the time. Like every haunt's always going to have like a bathroom and a kitchen and a haunted mansion and like, you know, like those things are always going to exist. But the cool thing about it is you can go to each of these haunts that have all those things, and each bathroom is going to look different.
Mm.
And there's going to be a different type of scare in it and a different vibe and what's going on, and the soundtracks are different. So like there's always a difference even when there's similarities.
Yeah, same thing with like movies too. Like you know what to expect when you're going into a movie. Like there's these guidelines of how you create a movie, but what the director or what the writer is, it's different each individual story and each individual vision that they have. Even though there's going to be some premises that you're gonna have that are going to be similar.
So it's like when we do get to go to a haunt, it's like us going to see our friends or seeing the show. It's like there's definitely like there's the one set in Realm that's one of the coolest things I ever saw. And like I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't had it, but like
No spoilers.
they're the big
Oh
yeah, that thing was awesome.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
And like
The thing.
at the end of the show, or like when we walked through and I was talking with Cole, who's one of their managers over there, I'm like, dude, that was my favorite thing I've seen in years. And like he was like, I wouldn't say offended, but they have all this cool interactive shit, and like I just like this pile of goop over here was my favorite thing. Like, and it like so that just happens, but like I don't know, like maybe there's subconscious like influence where it's like, oh, we should do something that looks like that. Like, but I wouldn't say we actively do it.
No, and it is also fun to like walk through and see like what other haunts do similarly to us. Where like being a scenic artist, you can identify pretty quickly how they make a thing,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like, oh yeah, I do that same kind of technique, or oh, we have one of those, or like that one weird tree painting that two haunted houses may have both in their haunts.
Right.
Like it's weird stuff like that. We'll be like the same Goodwill painting basically. And
Oh, fair.
yeah, so that's also kind of interesting to look at too.
Or body parts, when you recognize the same body parts that were bought from the same company.
That's funny.
Ironically, just the thing you recognize. Oh, I've seen that hand before. Like,
Um,
it's
Literally,
crazy, right?
Terror has a like they bought a bunch of I don't know I don't think they have the room anymore, but they had all these like severed arms and limbs, and then we got a few new ones. I'm like, oh shit, I've seen that before. Like it is recognizing props and whatnot.
Oh, go ahead.
So obviously very far from the haunting season, but if I'm correct, y'all have an event coming up.
That we do, yes.
We do.
You want to tell? Can you say much about it?
Yeah, I can say a little bit.
I'm fine with
We
it.
can talk a little bit about it.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so the event's it's our off-season event. It's a sequel event called Chaos Nights: A Comedy of Terrors.
Okay.
It'll be May 8th, 9th, 15th, and 16th. And basically the idea is like we, the owners and creators of Green Bay Fear, accidentally summoned a demon named Chaos, and thus chaos must ensue.
Okay.
So the idea is like Chaos is returned again, and this time he's got really into theater and wanted to do a theater show
Okay.
based on him and chaos and everything he can cause, and basically his presence just brings evil and insanity to the entire city of Green Bay, and that's the story of Chaos Nights, but with a little bit of a horror comedy twist in there.
Dude, I love it. I love the depth that you go into with your stories. Like, you can tell how much work you're putting into each of these to be able to tie in why people should go see this experience, because you've built up, even if it's like, where did he get this from? It's like, no, he made it. Like, it's his story. And like, there's a lot of people don't do that anymore. You know, they don't originally create things and stories the way that they used to. And like, when I hear you talk about that, I'm like, dude, you're like the people that we talk about when it comes to just being able to write stories and stories and stories. Like, it's in you. You can see it. And that's pretty awesome, man.
Thank you.
What'd you just staring at me for?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Dead air.
I was looking to you. I was looking to you that time.
No, you're good. You're good. We always get a little bit of something dead air. I'll look at you. What are you looking at me for, dog?
I guess I don't know anymore. Yeah, no. So Smurf, you said you do some of the, or I guess all of you do it. You had mentioned specifically the scenic design.
Yes, sir.
Houses are obviously houses.
Mm-hmm.
How do you go about making a section of woods? Like, obviously, woods at night is for a handful of people already kind of spooky enough. But like, how do you do it without making it look corny?
So, in the daylight, it does look corny.
I believe that. I believe
It
that.
looks.
Doesn't look too great. Yeah.
It
believe
looks like dog shit in sunlight.
Okay.
But the point of like haunted house set design is you have to turn up all of your visual elements up to 11. Otherwise, it's all going to be bland. You're in the dark, low lighting, colored lighting a lot of times. So every detail has to be super punchy, over exaggerated. So in the daylight, it looks very cartoonish. But when those lights are gone, then like all of this stuff comes alive. And like lighting's a really important aspect. Angles is. And honestly, a lot of the stuff that I make personally, I call myself a hashtag garbage artist, because I take things that are basically trash and make them look really cool. Like I made lava walls out of pool noodles and chicken wire and paper mache and great stuff. And Christmas lights.
How long did that take you to do?
Yes.
Yes.
About 3 months from nothing in the room to fully built.
You did the whole room?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Well,
So a good chunk of your guys' year is the building, is the planning, is the design setup, and all of that, right? Not just
Yeah, 80% of the work that we do is in like all of that in the off season. We don't stop.
just for a few days, but it's worth it.
Yeah, we basically like once we open after the initial like opening weekend, it's like the second weekend is when, at least for me, is when I start being like, hey guys, this and this I would like to do. And that's when they start going, oh well, I think we should also do this and this. So like at least like for like also there's some sets where like we know we designed 3 years ago and we're like, all right, we're gonna wait 4 years to do this to where we have the budget or the time to actually build this massive structure.
Right.
So it's just it never stops. We don't. There's no actual time off.
what keeps you guys going? I mean, you've been doing it for a decade now, for more so than for 2 decades for you, right? So like, what keeps you guys going every year and going back to it? I mean, I know you love it, but what was the thing that made you start in the first place and it's still there that makes you want to keep going every year?
I don't know. I just keep going back. I don't have a good answer for that. I just do. I
Love scaring people that much.
Yeah,
man.
I guess it's just I have to be there, and I don't know why. It's like anxiety. Like you forgot to shut your garage door or something.
Yeah.
I forgot to be at the haunt.
Felt.
It's the only thing I'm actually good at. I put like while everyone else was like learning to do other stuff and like developing social skills, like I was the kid who was designing haunted houses. Like I don't know what the standard testing is up here, like the state, but in Florida we had a thing called the FCAT. And like I turned in my written FCAT and it was just haunt designs and I failed it because I just was a shitty kid. I was not a good student. I was this punk rock kid who just loved horror and wanted to build haunts.
So you're doing exactly what you want to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
How'd you guys get hooked up with MadWorld?
I think I started doing visuals for shows up in Sturgeon Bay, and then that's when I met Christian and all the other artists that started performing for all those, and then I just kept kind of going back, and then started doing my own art and whatnot, and then started doing DJing, and
Right.
just kind of kept going, and now we're here. Like I remember when we had this crappy little house that we were renting, upstairs carriage house and stuff, and trying to shove everything in there and basically do what we're doing here now. But yeah, that was few and far between. Now we're doing a lot better.
All right. Have you guys ever contemplated doing like different kinds of events with the property you have? Or is it like
we have
strictly, like...
before in the past? Like
Okay.
we had a wrestling show at one point.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah, that was a pretty good match. It was pretty sweet. There was EDM shows there in the past. There used to be all sorts of different bands that would play while we were open during season at one point, but it's kind of got more hectic, and now we're trying to do actual more things, and just kind of with booking and renting out the space. And
would they play for like the people who are like in the queue?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, that's what we're going through.
I say I've been to a handful.
Actually.
Yeah, I know. I like that. I've been to a handful of haunted houses in my time, and a lot of times it's just ambient sound. Like they just have some type of weird music playing or sound effects. So I think like having some heavy metal right outside there, that'd be pretty fun. That'd be a different element.
I mean, they got to play for like 4 hours, 5 hours probably, right? So that's a long set.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
man, if you could have the right band and like that, it's probably tough though, because like that have to be like a specific event, right? Couldn't be an every weekend, every night. Like it's probably a lot for a band
that's
to do
what
that
it was.
every single week or.
Otherwise, we do have our usual kind of stuff that's going on in the midway there.
Yeah.
It's not usual, Bones.
Oh, okay.
We have a karaoke
unusual.
singing clown, Bones. That's not usual stuff.
I guess that's yeah.
So besides the karaoke singing clown, what do you guys feel like separates you from everybody else, and like what makes you different from all the other haunts?
The dedication level, because we are all volunteer. Like everybody is there for love of the game, for the camaraderie that we have amongst all of us. Like, I mean it when I say like I do genuinely like love and care for everybody that works for us. Like we've become really close friends with a lot of people that showed up, on a whim with a friend trying to check stuff out, and like I think that is part of it, because like a lot of places, like they pay their people, they're doing a job and they're doing it really well, but like being volunteer based, like people are there because they want to be.
I'd also say, like, for at least local haunts, like, I don't think anyone tells a story better than we do, or puts the time into writing the story, because the story isn't just, like, our story, like, the storytelling starts from the moment you watch the promotional material to when you get on site and you're going through the queue lines and the story's being told, and then in every attraction the story's being told until you leave the property. And then you come back next year or the next show, and the story's picked up right where it left off. Like, so it's like everything is connected. Even our off-season events have their own lore that connect to each other. Like,
so it's not, you never start fresh. It's a continuation of
no,
the
it's a
existing
continued
story of the lore.
Yep.
I love that, man. Like I'm a big gamer, and some of the games that stuck with me like are because of the lore. Like Dark Souls, like the story of what you're playing through was actually the most important thing for me, not just the fact of the game. And it's like sometimes people don't get grabbed by that, unfortunately, like they should. Like the story is the thing that should move you, right? Not just the fact of I'm going to get scared. Like you get to be a part of this lore. You get to be a part of this experience and this story in a physical sense, not just hearing it out when somebody's writing or reading it when somebody writes it, you know?
Yeah, and it's like I think the times that we've done the best where the customer was like part of the show was we did two. Excuse me. It was an off-season event. There was two of them. It was a series called the Dead of Winter, which basically pinned teenagers having a party in an abandoned house with vampires that they woke up, and the customers were part of it. And we did a whole series of that. And like each show we did, there was 3 for the original trilogy. The customers played a different part. They were a role in the show. And then when we did our other off-season event, Revenge of the 80s, the idea was like it was we wrote it as a love letter to like B-list 80s splatterhouse films,
Okay.
but they were all films that we made up. None of them were real, and the customers got put into those films.
That's cool. That's
And
really
like
cool.
the icon of that event basically like he read from the Necronomicon from Evil Dead,
That's awesome.
and like accidentally brought all these films to life. And like the toll was it like he'll be famous, but he's got to kill everyone who watches the films. So all the customers played that part of being the guys who get murdered. So like I know other haunts tell stories. I unfortunately don't really know any of their stories because they're not really marketed well.
And
But
you're
their
busy writing yours.
yeah, and it's like, and like their shows are still phenomenal. Like every customer that comes through, like no one, like I don't know, maybe 20-30% are actually going to be like, oh, this guy connects back to the Samhain Rippers.
Got you.
But
Okay.
I'm doing it for that 10 or 20%. Like, because
Right.
like 100% can enjoy the show whether they know the story or not. But that 10 or 20% that really love what we're doing and like are seeing how Charles connects to Fear and how Fear connected to the Dr. Kranzberg, like that's why I'm doing it. So they can see these little Easter eggs that are happening throughout the years of the show.
Is Mr. Fierstein going to come back ever?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Do you guys have like a website specifically where they can go to learn about the lore before they go ahead of time, or is it all the experience when they get there?
We're in the process of redoing our website, which will have a section just based on the lore, but you
Sick.
can actually watch all of our promotional material and it tells the story.
Perfect.
I tell anyone who like, was it that camera? Like if you're watching, if you want to know the story of Green Bay Fear, watch the promotional material and read all the bios and show
love
up 15 minutes early to see the opening shows.
I was gonna say I hope that you have the stories and stuff incorporated into the marketing because that's such a good pull.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I didn't know that was such a core thing for you guys' business. And when you say I don't know of another haunt that does that, you're totally right. I can't remember a single one that I had a story that I even knew was going on. It was just the fact that I'm getting scared. And I love that you guys are dedicated to what you're doing and you have that depth in the story and the lore behind it.
Yeah, and it's like, especially like when it comes to like the theming and story, like a lot, like unfortunately, like because like I'm creative director and like I quote unquote write everything, I get all the credit. But like that's not true. Like I'm constantly bouncing ideas off of like my entire team. I've even gone to like the actors portraying the characters and been like, "Hey, I want this," and then they're like, "That's stupid. Let's do it this way." Or Bones, like I think it was last year we were shooting something. You walked by and said something when we were shooting Kranzberg's promo, and it was like instantly like, why didn't I think of that? This is bullshit. We have to do it, Bones. Like so it just changes. It becomes organic. Like, yeah, I have like these little things where the bullet points, like this has to hit, this doesn't change no matter what. But everything else in between, that's kind of fluid. It can change and it can be altered by anybody as long as it's a solid idea.
Right.
And I love that shit. I love when I with Smurf helped me, basically made the icon costumes for 2 years ago. We had characters called the Samhain Rippers. It was a trio of serial killers. And it was something I think I said in passing, like, oh, I think this would look cool, but I don't know. And then like the next day it was on the costume. So like and there's like all this little piece of dialogue that was a throwaway in the bio is now part of this character forever.
Right.
So it's like I love seeing that. I love those experiences, and like I love when the customers start to notice that stuff.
You like a good puzzle.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
No, fair enough, fair enough. Well, we want to thank you guys severely for coming on. It was great talking to you guys.
Severely.
It
Love
was.
it.
I had a great time.
I know I had a great time. I just didn't know severely
this.
was able to be used in that context.
All right. Anyway.
But he's right. We really appreciate you guys coming on. So real quick, why don't we let the people know where they can find you guys? Your socials, the website, just all that stuff so they know where to go to find you.
The website there,
Brandon,
Bones?
why aren't you here to tell
Well,
us?
I mean, on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot, I believe it's just Green Bay Fear. Might be haunted attractions.
No, it's just
It's greenbayfear.com is our website.
Well,
You
yeah.
can find
Yep.
us on Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok,
TikTok. We're
YouTube.
people loving up on the TikTok.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just Green Bay
We're
Fear.
PR trained, I swear.
Do you guys get to use some of the like security film for like marketing stuff in TikToks, like people getting scared?
No, we
No.
No, I don't think we've done that yet.
Yeah,
We've
no.
we've taken security footage of like when we get hurt.
yeah we have a we have a blooper
Very
reel
often,
for
actually.
ourselves, but like we don't.
Yeah, they're like the other owner who unfortunately isn't here, Brandon. Like he has a plethora of footage of us just having mental breakdowns in summer, and like he's got footage of me somewhere in the fetal position, sobbing.
You think you had it bad in this haunted house? Check out the stairs.
There's footage somewhere
Shut up.
of Bones tripping over the stage and falling like a Family Guy character.
It hurt
My
real
favorite
bad.
thing that's ever happened.
It was a long night and it was a long fall.
All right, good luck.
We want to thank you all for coming out. It was great having you here at MadWorld. Everyone go check out their socials. I'm over here. Everyone go check out their socials. They're planning stuff well before the Halloween season. So go check them out, see what they got going on.
Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thanks
Host?
for having us.
Thanks, guys. I'm PiersDaBeard.
And I'm Brooke. Thanks for coming.
See you guys next week. I was waiting for it, dog.